be here somewhere. Let's try the cellar.
Robert, the cage somewhere. Look at that.
No. Anna! Hey, she's here.
Yes, I'm here.
Anna! We mustn't find you. Anna? Anna, we're here.
I'm here. No! Robert! Robert, what's wrong? What is it?
She was alive a few minutes ago.
I'm alive. No! Sam, tell him I'm alive. Robert,
She's at the hospital.
Don't take me to the hospital.
I know my best what to do with her. My poor baby. I was too late.
No, you're not too late.
Why couldn't I have gotten sooner? Anna?
No.
Maybe she's not really dead.
I'm not really dead. Can't you see me?
Anna, you're so strong. Oh, my baby. I was too late.
I'm not too late. I'll have to go tell
I was too late. Now I have to tell my daughter. Her mother's dead. I have to tell my daughter now that my mother's dead.
No. Come on, Robert. There's nothing more we can do.
Failed.
You didn't fail. I'm here, Robert. Sam. I'm not dead yet.
Come in, I want Bud.
Well, you might on this one.
More good news. I don't think I can stand it.
The doctor in charge of Grant Putnam's case, he's, out of town until tomorrow.
Terrific, absolutely terrific.
Has Guy Lewis gone home?
No, sir, he hasn't been home since you have, except to change clothes.
Okay.
He's out personally heading up the neighborhood search.
Get him on the radio. Tell him what's happened. Tell him we're now looking for Grant Putnam. Find me some mug shots of this guy, and let's have some repos distributed to all the units out there, ASAP.
Yes, sir, right away.
Robert, I want you to listen to me for a second. Remember how we used to say that a guy could get snowblind on a case?
You're not referring to me, are you?
By just saying that, it's the first time that might be true.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about an investigator who loses sight of the case he's working on because he's been looking at it too long and too hard.
I think you've gone out of what's left of your mind.
Look, old buddy, I've trusted you with my life, and vice versa, and I still trust you now. Because you've got the best gut instincts of anyone I've ever known.
Then what are you talking about, then?
I'm talking about proof. I'm talking about spinning your wheels, looking for something that might not be
Hey,
there.
listen, this whole case has been one big wheel spin right from the get-go. You suddenly have a longing for hard facts, times, dates, places. Well, we got 'em, pal, right here.
What's all that stuff?
Letters from the snowman, right up to the kidnapping. All right, we have the first one here, post-dated, New York. Then the guy started to get a little bit closer. We have Port Charles, we have Port Charles, we have Port Charles, Port Charles, and then the final one.
Which was hand-delivered, so there's a connection. But Grant Putnam was big news in Port Charles right after you put him away the first time. So I can't see how he could be here in town without somebody, sooner or later, recognizing him.
So how long's Watson been in this room?
Bill's been here 3 days now.
And the infection has now traveled up his arm since the last time I saw him. So what's he doing? Putting the pills under his tongue? Transients do those things, you know.
I know. I just don't understand this guy. I mean, he comes in off the street, he's half frozen, he's got a busted nose, he's got a damaged hand, he's close to starvation. We give him all the care and comfort we possibly can, a clean, warm bed, and what does he do?
He yanks his intravenous and tries to leave the hospital.
Tony, not just once, several times.
So what are you doing for him now?
Well, I got him on 80 milligrams of erythromycin by injection 3 times a day.
Have you thought about imnipinum?
Yes, that was my next step, but you know how difficult it is to get that.
No, there's some that just came in, so put him on it. 500 milligrams IV.
Okay, I'll get right on to it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Tony?
Yes.
Do you have a second?
Sure, what's up?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. Your secretary was looking for you a while ago.
Oh, yeah, she found me, thanks.
Good. I couldn't help but notice the stack of lab reports and x-rays on my father she was getting to you. She said you were in a hurry to see them.
Yeah, I got them, that's true. Did he say anything to you about this?
Not a word.
Well, Tom, if he didn't say anything to you, I can't say anything to you about it either. You
Look,
know.
Tony, all I know is that tests are being run. This is my father we're talking about. I think I have a right to know what's going on.
Then discuss it with him. You know the rules.
Tony, save me the old bureaucratic line. I have my orders.
It's not bureaucratic, it's Hippocratic. It's the oath we took to become MDs.
You're right. I'm sorry I shouldn't have pushed you. It's just this stack of lab reports your secretary was carrying.
And I'm sorry, too. I mean, I understand. If I were in your place, you know, I'd want to know. He's okay. I can tell you that much.
Well, thank you.
Don't worry.
Cornflakes.
So what are you asking them now? Thought I would ask the old WSB if they had any idea where Grant Putnam is right now.
He can't be too high on their priority list.
He is now. I put him up there a few hours ago. Maybe they'll find something.
A little soon.
Maybe not.
It is tea time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Tiffany, honey, you are an angel. That's very, very thoughtful, Tiff.
Thoughtful? You call this thought? You don't even ask where I get china cups in a police station. I have real cream. I mean, come on.
Oh, sweetheart, where did you find all these things?
Tell you and spoil my secret? No, 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 no.
Sam, you trying to get a word in edgewise with this little party?
You're welcome.
Well, yes and no, sir.
My mother always said it had to be one way or the other, darling.
I'm just afraid this is going to really make you angry.
Well, let's hear it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, don't worry. This time, if the Santa Commissioner gives you any grief, I'll belt him one myself.
Yeah, Sam, go on.
I couldn't figure out why the name Grant Putnam was ringing such bells in my head. I first just thought it was because of that mess 4 years ago, but I can't seem to shake the feeling that it's something more recent, so I went through my files and I found this.
Which is?
It's an arrest record of a vagrant who calls himself Eddie Smith. We picked him up last week on a routine sweep of the waterfront, and when they brought him back here, they found a wallet on him.
Yeah?
Well, the ID in the wallet was Grant Putnam. Eddie said he found it, but I just
Where's
figured
the
it was
wallet
somebody
now?
else. I should be in lost property.
Scorpio, listen, last week Officer Wells turned in a That's right, from the derelict. Correct, Grant Putnam. Thank you. It's there.
I'm really sorry to put this together
It's okay,
before.
listen, forget it. How do we find this Eddie person?
Well, he usually sleeps in the same place. I could take you there.
And let's go and see what the guy has to say.
All right, sounds good.
Listen, I'd prefer it if you two went over to the hospital and saw Robin.
We'll be glad to.
You know what? For the first time in ages, I'm starting to feel that this case is close to an end. And very, very soon. Excuse me.
Let's go.
Tony, listen, thank you for the tip. The pharmacy had enough independent to bring a reluctant little patient back from the dead.
Good, so you got him started on it.
I just got him started. Listen, I'll give you a ring at home a little bit later if that swelling starts to ease a little bit.
I won't be home tonight.
No?
No, I'm gonna stay in the resident dorm here.
The crash pad? Why? I mean, there are better motels on Skid Row.
It's not that bad.
Well, I don't know. It depends on your options. I mean, you must have something a little bit better, right? I mean, it's none of my business, but is everything okay at home?
I don't even know how to answer that. Thanks. Take care.
Listen, if you need a friend.
Thanks.
Central Nurses Station? Oh, yeah. Dr. Jones, telephone for you. It's your wife.
Tell her... never mind. Hello?
Hi, Tony. I thought I would have heard from you by now. I've been dying all day to hear what happened with Steve Hardy. Oh, listen, why don't I come pick you up? Because Charlene's been going to a lot of trouble today to make sure we have a very special evening planned for two of us.
I won't be able to do that.
Oh, you have to work late again? Okay, well, we can just do it later.
I won't be home either.
Why? Has something happened? Tell me.
No, it's nothing new. It's something old, and I just happen to be finding out about it now.
Such as? Can you tell me about it? Will you talk to me about it?
Actually, I'm very busy right now, and I don't have time, and I'm not sure I would tell you if I did have the time, but you could ask Cousin Colton or Aunt Charlene. I'm sure they could explain it a hell of a lot better than I can. No, Mama, where did you get such a crazy idea like that? Kick your darling son out of his own uncle's United States Marine Corps? Come on now. I'm telling you, the captain almost broke down in tears when he gave me that discharge. That's how sorry he was to see
No, well,
me
I didn't mean that they actually kicked you out. It's just that, well, it was all so sudden and everything, and you're coming home, and, well, not even home, here to Fort Charles.
Well, I tell you, after the picture you painted of your life here, and Lucy's happy home with her doctor husband, I just had to see all this happiness for myself.
Oh, my goodness.
And I missed you.
Colton, why didn't you tell me?
Well, now, Luce, you always say that I tell you too much, so what would you like to know?
Tony, my husband, Tony, you met him. Do you really think I would have gone upstairs on the phone and called him after a bombshell like that? Oh, sugar, did you really meet Tony? Isn't he a sweet man?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. I was going to tell you, but you kind of got on a tear.
You are an absolute fool, an idiot. Don't you understand what you have done?
No, I don't understand what I have done. All I did was come to the door like a normal human being, ring the doorbell, and he let me in.
Then what? Then what?
Well, I introduced myself.
Oh, perfect.
Well, Luce, didn't you wonder how come I was in the house when you got home?
I didn't wonder. I just figured that you were breaking and entering like you always do. Hold it. You're talking about family, and my family this time. Aunt Charlene, that is exactly what I'm talking about. I do know Colton, and that's why I am scared to death. He is not here just to hug his mama and see his sights. He is here to find the gravy and sop it up. And what he's going to end up doing is wreck everything I've worked so hard for. What do you mean? I mean that Tony is absolutely furious.
Well, he's got no reason to be mad at me. I didn't do one
Oh,
thing.
Colton Short, don't you understand? The whole world doesn't revolve around you. He is furious at me. He said he is not coming home for dinner, nor is he ever coming home. Oh, no, the lobsters. Oh, forget about the lobsters. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Is he as mad as all that? Oh, Aunt Charlene, he didn't sound mad. He sounded like I had died and he had forgotten completely about me. Oh, well, then I'll go. Tony ought to be sat down and told everything. And I'm the one ought to do not move. Don't you think you've done enough damage this week destroying my marriage? I will go talk to Tony, and if you want to continue to have a roof over your head, you better just hope and pray that I come up with the right things to say. Oh, sugar, he loves you. He'll forgive you. Oh, I hope you're right. Otherwise, we're both going to be walking back to Tulsa.